The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are for information purposes only. The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are not intended to replace professional medical, psychological, legal, or investment advice. It is the intention of the author of the Sun Sign News that the daily horoscopes be used in conjunction with one's own common sense and, if warranted, the advisement of a professional and licensed physician, psychologist, attorney, or investment advisor. Welcome to another edition of the Sun Sign News. Today's horoscopic reading is for Friday, July 28th, 2023. Calculated for sunrise, Eastern Standard Time, and beginning with the sign currently occupied by the sun. Leo. Career matters can be considered very fortunate today, but caution must be exercised in matters of personal finances. With today's prevailing stellar influences also comes the potential for a new acquaintance with common spiritual, religious, or philosophical views. Intimate relationships are under favorable conditions, and the potential for fun and play is high. If involved in competitive sports, the stars are certainly on your side today, and that means peak performance. Virgo, it looks like another challenging day in career matters. Hang in there as things are changing for your sign very soon in this regard. Money matters are looking solid, sans the risky stuff, and the potential for pleasurable romantic relationships is there too. For single Virgos, the possibility of crossing paths with a new romantic prospect is high. In athletic pursuits, we see no hindrance and only the potential for a top-notch performance. Libra, according to the stars, whether employed or self-employed, career matters are under very favorable influences, and all forms of communication related to your job should go well. Excluding high-risk activities, money matters are also under fortunate stars too. The potential for romantic intensity is high under today's stellar influences, and if single, there is also the potential for becoming reacquainted with someone from the past who may eventually become a serious romantic partner. Lastly, when it comes to sports and athletics, we're seeing a lot of speed and strength, but a little clumsiness too. Scorpio. The prevailing planetary influences suggest that, for your sign, when it comes to career matters, if things have not already straightened out and started to go your way, then it should be coming soon. The same goes for the recognition you've been deserving. We're also seeing the potential for forming new and helpful workplace or professional alliances. Money matters are under fortunate influences today, but there may be a tendency to overspend. Intimate relationships should go very well today, and it looks like your partner may be in the mood for a quiet night at home. And if not already serious, things could be heading that way. Single Scorpions should make themselves available, and particularly at some big, noisy place or some over-the-top type of event. If involved in competitive sports or athletics, you should be putting in a peak performance. Sagittarius. According to the stars, it looks like yet another enervating day in career matters. Hang in there, Archers. Change is coming very soon. Money matters continue to show some restrictions, but well-considered joint purchases could actually work out well. Romance is looking a bit so-so today, but if single, there is the potential for forming a new acquaintance with someone with shared spiritual, religious, or philosophical views. In athletic pursuits and competitive sports, today is your turn to soundly spank the opposition. Cheers! Capricorn. Career matters for your sign are under favorable stellar influences today, and if in the recent past you have exhibited the qualities of responsibility, industriousness, and reliability, well, there may be some kind of reward coming your way. Money matters are still showing some minor restrictions. But the potential for red-hot passion is once again off the chart for your sign, and once again, single Capricorns have the potential for making a new romantic connection through friends. With today's prevailing stellar influences can also come the potential for reconnecting with family or people from your place of birth. Saving the worst for last, our forecast for your sign's potential in athletic performance is a rating of slightly below your average, but your ability to operate effectively in a team environment should be quite high. Aquarius. Career matters are under favorable stellar influences today, and there is the potential to settle some differences and make some peace between yourself and coworkers or employees. Money matters are looking good in the early part of the day, but in the afternoon through evening, there is the potential for a purchase that you will ultimately come to regret. Intimate relationships are under very favorable influences today, and under these stars, there is the potential for a serious romantic connection to be made close to home through siblings or perhaps even via neighbors. Your athletic potential is also under fortunate stellar influences, and team events should go exceptionally well. Pisces. According to the stars, career matters for your sign should go very well today, and you should have all the support you need from coworkers or employees. Today's stellar influences can also lead you to come up with new ideas, contacts, and connections for adding to your income. This could be relative to your current endeavors, or could manifest as something such as coming up with a lucrative side hustle. The stars show the potential for continued friction in intimate relationships, but that is soon to change. In sports or athletics, you not only have the potential for some sort of record-breaking performance, but the potential for becoming a fan favorite. Bravissimo! Aries. Due to a specific stellar influence, a sort of magic hangs over you today, Rams, and this influence can manifest in various ways. An example of a more dramatic manifestation would be a market for your creative work suddenly presenting itself to you, or perhaps you're coming across a unique speculative opportunity which, after due diligence, still makes sense. If nothing else, the day's energies could allow you to freely express some of your unique ideas and perspectives to the world around you. In any regard, this brief astrological influence should not be wasted, and the early part of the day, that is from early morning up until about noon, is the power time of this influence. Personal money matters are solid, but require the application of common sense, restraint, and maturity in order to remain that way. Intimate relationships are under favorable astrological influences, and this is an ideal time for fun and play with your special somebody. Single Rams have a good chance of making a new and lasting romantic contact. In athletic pursuits, during the morning and up until about noon, you are likely to be doing nothing except for kicking ass over and over again. After noon, your ability to put someone's butt in a sling fades, and your potential to wind up in a sling increases. Taurus. Career matters are mostly positive today, and you should find support with coworkers or employees. Personal money matters are looking a little shaky, but not to fear, all of that should get a nice astrological boost very soon. The day's stellar influences can go either one of two ways or both ways. The first is a fortunate separation, meaning a relationship that is bringing no good to you comes to a conclusion. The second way that this can manifest is by reconnecting with some beneficial figure from your past. While this stellar influence is likely to be reflective of romantic relationships, it can also coincide with family relations, friendships, and business associations. Speaking of romance, the stars are being very kind towards your sign where intimate relations are concerned. In regards to sports and athletics, we're forecasting your physical performance as good and your ability to function as part of a team as excellent. Gemini. Career matters are positive for your sign in the early part of the day, but in the afternoon, there is the possibility of you getting some grief or even the stink eye from some deceptive client or a despotic manager. But along with the day's prevailing stellar influences is also the potential for making new friends or reconnecting with old friends, as well as the forming of new professional associations. Personal money matters should prove to be very strong for Gemini today, and your partner or significant other may have a great money-making idea to share with you. Speaking of which, your intimate relationships are also under fortunate stellar influences today. If involved in sports, our forecast is for slightly lowered physical vitality, but also for you to prove yourself as a valuable component in any sort of team endeavor. Cancer. Whether employed or self-employed, career matters for your sign are under fortunate stellar influences today. Integral to these stellar events is the potential for new and lucrative business contacts and employment opportunities. Personal money matters remain robust throughout the day, but taking on new debt after the noon hour is to be considered unfortunate. The potential for romance follows the same schedule, with the best part of the day to share passion being prior to noon and the latter part of the day subject to friction. Lastly, if involved in competitive sports or athletic pursuits, you should prove to be strong, fast, and agile, but team endeavors could prove challenging. If you have enjoyed the audio version of the Sun Sign News, we ask that you give us a thumbs up and even subscribe to this channel if you are so inclined. That will help keep us on the air and delivering a daily dose of cynicism and sarcasm wrapped in a supercharged daily sun sign horoscope. And remember, don't blame us.